Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Sistron, and I'm reaching out to my cyber ops students. I want to make it clear on what needs to be done because only a few students at this point have uploaded documents of the labs and packet tracer that need to be completed. So I received an email today from a student stating that they pretty much don't know what to do. Now, I know I sent the video log out to everyone and said, hey, build your virtual environment. Only a couple of students sent me the document back showing that they built a virtual environment. So I have a syllabi here that demonstrate what needs to be completed. So I'm going to move the syllabus over so you can see it. In this syllabus, here are the things that you should be working on this. Now let me make myself clear. Come Sunday, the 11th, if I do not have these items right here completed, you will, let me say that again, you will be dropped from the class. You already know this. Now, ideally, with all the time you had, you should have all of this completed. But come Sunday, I should have these documents uploaded to me demonstrating that you are doing your work. Some of you are good, you're okay. But for those of you who haven't did this, you will be dropped. You can see right here that you are in your chapter. And you should have by now completed all of this. I sent it out in the video log. And here's an activity. Now, when it comes to these class activities, because we're not a class, even if you still do it, I'll give you credit in the class. But you should have completed this. Moving to the next one. You should have read through this information. You should be able to tell me about an attack. How to install a virtual machine. I sent that out. I should have received your document showing that you completed that assignment. So let me make this clear because I want to keep this part of the video short. Come Sunday, 11:59 p.m. my time, of course, wherever you are in the world. If I do not have those documents I just previously showed you uploaded in the portal, sayonara. All you have to do is click here and begin to upload your documents by clicking on Add Submission. And yes, it will show you where to go to get your documents. So come Sunday, 11:59. If I don't have that work, and I said that if I do not have your work, it was nice knowing you. This is Professor Sistron. Now, in this video, there's another part showing you a lab and walking through that lab. Watch that part. This is just one piece. I want to get this out to you so you'll be ready for next week in completing these documents. Now, once I receive all your documents, I'm going to reach out to you as an individual and have a conversation about things I have concern inside of the document. I will open up the exam on Sunday so you can complete that. But other than that, I'm expecting that work to be done. This is Professor Sistron. Now look at the next half. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Sistron, and I'm reaching out to the student body. Okay, students, so we're presenting you with another lab. This lab is extremely important to me because it's one of the labs I think you should dive deep off into, because this gives you the opportunity to start doing research or learn how to do research especially in the realm of cybersecurity. Now, a lot of organizations drop the ball on this. What is this? Social engineering. So this is going to be a short lab, but I wanted to put this out here so we can give you some ideas on how to start building up that research mentality, how to go in and find information out about attackers. In this particular objectives, research and identify social engineering attacks. This type of attack can be performed by an attacker utilizing a keylogger, phishing email, or an in-person method. This lab requires the research of social engineering and the identification of ways to recognize and prevent it. A lot of students drop the ball on this. They do not really understand the importance of social engineering, and corporations really don't focus on this. A lot of organizations starting to pick up, but it's hundreds of thousands of organizations that do not pay attention to social engineering, and it's very important. So I want you to start building your portfolio on how to do research. All you really need is an internet connection, and we will give you methods and resources on how to start. So you can see right here it says utilizing a web browser to find the article Methods of Understanding and Reducing Social Engineering Attacks on the SANS Institute website. Now, I don't want you to really get stuck on just looking at this particular institution. It is a plethora of institutions out there that will give you the necessary information to help you become a better researcher in social engineering or cybersecurity. If I wish to just simply copy this particular title onto a Google search, you will see that a multitude of organizations out there that will present you with the same information. Okay? So you do not have to worry about whether it's SANS. So if I click here, you can see this establishing a human firewall, a study of social engineering attacks. You have a multitude of different research articles out there that you can use. And my suggestion is this: start reading them. Please start reading them, because you need to know this information. The difference between a highly successful professional cybersecurity administrator and a person who just in cybersecurity is the amount of material that they spend time reading and researching. That's the difference. Hands down. That's the dominant force right there. As you can see, I am not going to answer your questions in here. That's why this is going to be a short video, because I want you to answer the questions. I want you to tell me what are the 3 methods used in social engineering to gain access to information. Any one of the articles that you pull up or use, you just want to make sure that whichever article you use, like for instance, if I use this particular article, I want to highlight the credentials of that article so I'll know where it came from. I also want to make sure that I give this particular article the credentials within my work. So I want to make sure I highlight who wrote the article, where did it come from, etc., etc., etc. And in here you can see that it have a plethora of information. Take the time to sit down and just read through it. You see different things. You see a plethora of information in here, that you can use. Tailgating. And as you can see, you see a plethora of information in here. You see pretexting, social engineering. It's a lot of information within these articles, and you should read them. Start now doing your research, but give the credit where the credit is due. So you want to learn how to give the information on who wrote the article, where the article came from, what date it was written, etc., 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 because we want to give these individuals their credit. Also, you can see here it says, why is social networking a social engineering threat? Give me your comment on it. If it's wrong, I'll tell you. How can an organization defend itself from social engineering attacks? Well, how can it do that? Tell me. Show me. And what is the SANS Institute which authorized this article? So this is where you start giving the credentials on that particular organization and who they are so we can learn more and more about them. One of the things I always want to teach my students is how to turn their PDF documents into Word documents. It's important because you're going to be putting a lot of attachments inside of these documents so I can see that you're doing the work. So here's the first thing I want you to do on every document that you present to me. The first thing you will do is download the PDF and put it on the desktop. As you can see, I already downloaded, so it's there. Then just simply shrink this screen down, open up Microsoft Word, and take this PDF and drop it right on top of Microsoft Word. When you do this, it will turn the document into a Word document. You enable the editing, and as you can see, it is now a Word document. So now you can see that it turned into a Word document. Retrieve information from these various websites that I go to so I can put it on this document. So now I can pick a spot where I want to answer that question, and I can type in my answer